Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is January 29th. It is Tuesday, 2019. Got the puppies. What you doing, babies? Good pups? And we're out here. It is probably, well, they're saying it's 24 in town, so it means probably about 18 up here. Cleaned the panels off earlier today. We had a little dusting of snow, nothing major as far as that goes. So not a horrible, very overcast again, but a typical New York day. So we're going to jump right into the video real quick and then we'll talk about other things afterwards. Boots on the ground in Venezuela. Is it possible? Okay. So Bolton, a Security Council advisor, was holding a notepad that had 5,000 troops to Colombia. Okay, and obviously, I don't know if you guys know, but Colombia shares a 1,300-mile border with Venezuela. Now, me, of course, being a suspicious person that I am, that might have been done on purpose as a distraction. There's a lot of games going on, guys. Okay, I'm hopeful that our government is smart enough to not really want to push China or push Russia in this conflict down there and get ourselves all involved. Now, our president's already backed the opposition leader, is saying that he is the true president of Venezuela, which, again, first of all, that we shouldn't be involved with that at all. And so, I mean, those are things that are very, very concerning as far as I'm concerned. You know, this could lead to, if we stick our nose in there and we try to get involved, you know, in some kind of proxy war type of situation, that's not going to be a good situation because, you know, there's too many other people involved where, you know, that it would lead to a World War III is what it would lead to, and you know, that's the last thing we need to do over that situation. So, I mean, we need to mind our own business as the United States. We need to mind our own business, stay right the heck out of it, let them deal with it in their own country the way that they need to deal with it. And would it surprise me if the CIA and all those type of people were already there advising and trying to help this other guy out? It wouldn't shock me at all, okay? We are some dirty, dirty MFs here in the U.S., guys. I mean, people don't realize it, I think. I mean, the stuff that we do around the world is just very, very underhanded. A lot of it is, and we will never mind our own business, which we should be doing, but we don't. So it's just the situation right now down there. In my opinion, we need to stay out of it. We need to mind our own business and not really get involved in that at all. We really shouldn't. So. You know, I definitely want to hear what you guys think about the situation. Again, seeing Bolton, with that pad and they zoomed in on it. I mean, like I said, again, I think that's done for effect. I don't think that was, you know, a mistake that he just, you know, happened to have that on him. I think that was absolutely done for a reason. So, but the thing is, we need to mind our own business. We don't need to be getting involved with these type of situations in any way, shape, or form. We just need to stay out of it. We really, really, truly do. Because the last thing we want to get into is another war. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, you know, like I said, I definitely want to hear what your guys. I'm walking back and forth here because I'm trying to keep an eye on my dogs. I definitely want to hear what your guys' opinion of that is and what you guys think. Here, I'm going to kick this around so you guys can see. They're just over here playing right at the moment. Anyway. But they've been naughty lately, so I have to keep a closer eye on them. Anyway, but yeah, it's just you know, with all the saber rattling and that type of stuff, and basically we've been warned, if you will, by China and by Russia that you know, we need to mind our own business and stay out of it, or otherwise they're not going to be happy. Which again, they have their own interest in that area, you know, and so. You know, and people, and I love this here. You know, they're like, well, the leader right now, he's a former bus driver. Well, so what? Everybody was a former something. You know, I mean, you know, not everybody, you know, is just in the politically elite parties. I mean, you know, and if you think about this too, let's think about this a second. You know, talk about how, you know, Venezuela has gone down to crap. And everybody wants to blame it because they turned, to communism and stuff like that. Well, what about the fact of all the sanctions that the United States has imposed on them? Do you think that that might have had something to do with the fact that the country's also gone down the toilet? Just think about that for a second. I mean, we got to think about cause and effect. Now, yeah, does communism work? No, it's been proven that communism doesn't work. But with us, the United States, sticking our finger in every single pie and pushing our weight around, that is going to have ramifications in certain countries. It just is, and it's like a small country like that. Even though they're an oil-rich and mineral-rich country, And again, why are we really there? And those are one of the reasons why we're really there. Oil and minerals. It's be honest. I would rather have the government and say, realistically, we could care less about Venezuela except for these reasons. And, be honest about it, But of course, they never will. It's always, we're trying to help the people and blah, blah, blah. And the same tired stuff that we've all heard over and over and over again, with Iraq and Afghanistan and those type of situations. So it's, again, it's more of the same rhetoric, the same BS. And you would think that people would wake up and realize how badly we are being manipulated here in the United States, by our own government, and how they get us to rah, rah, rah and get behind these different wars with false flags and all the other nonsense that they pull or allow to happen. So, it's just it's an ongoing thing that has been going on for a long, long time, way back into history. I mean, if you want to really go back, there was the American-Spanish War, way, way back, and I think it was the sinking of the Maine, I believe, and it turned out that we sank that ship ourselves. I mean, if it was not the Maine, then I apologize for saying the wrong ship, but whatever was the cause of the start of that war, we ended up sinking that ship ourselves, our own ship, to get us into that war. So every time that there's a war, there's a reason, and then the people get behind it because, we were attacked, and and all that type of stuff. But realistically, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be because we did it to ourselves, or we allowed it to happen so that we could get into that situation or that conflict. I mean, so that's what people really, really need to realize. I mean, again, and I've talked about this before, the United States needs to worry about the United States. We need to work on and fix the infrastructure of this country, the grid, work on the grid, secure it, harden the grid, make it, so that, we're protected that way. The waterways, the bridges, the roads, the dams, all these antiquated things that need to be taken care of. We really need to get on those type of situations and work on them and not worry about what everybody else is doing around the world. We need to pull our troops home and put them to work. You want to join the military? You want to help your country, serve your country? Then fix it. And that's what we should be doing with our troops. Put them to work. Put them engineers to work. Put the regular troops to work. They're getting paid. Instead of going and having our young men and women sacrificing their lives and limb for nothing other than oil around the world, no way. I'm not for it, guys. I'm just not. I mean, as an ex-veteran myself, I never saw combat. I would never say that I saw combat when I didn't, because I did not. But, it's like what happens to our young people when they come back from these conflicts. Even if they come back physically whole, mentally they're never the same. And a lot of them are coming back and they're not physically whole. Arms gone, legs gone, whatever. A lot of injuries, and the psychological part of it is even worse. And then when they realize that the government doesn't give a crap about them and that the VA system is a freaking joke and it's a mess, it's a no-win situation, so it's, you end up with a lot of very bitter and angry people, and then that's not right. We should be taking care of our veterans, and, they should be first and foremost, in my opinion. And yes, I realize it's a volunteer army, but they're sacrificing for all of us, so they definitely should have, in my opinion, preferential treatment. They really should. So, but anyway, so I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are in this whole Venezuela situation. Look at the big picture. Look at everything that's going on. Look what role have we played in the failure in Venezuela up to this point. and what's really going on. I mean, if you look at all the information, you'll see it's another thing of us trying to control a situation once again. And when I say us, I mean the United States. Okay, so that's not a good positive thing. It just really, really isn't. So anyway, show you a little bit of the snow that we got here around the homestead, you know, and I don't think we're supposed to get a whole lot of snow in the next couple days, but the next 2 days are going to be very, very cold. Tonight's low, they're calling for 1 below 0, and then like tomorrow, the high for tomorrow I believe is going to be 4, and then it's going to be 8 below 0, and that's in town. So up here where we are, it's going to be even colder than that. So if tomorrow, if we break 0 for a high temperature up here in the hills, I will be shocked. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Eddie and I are going to be loading up with wood here in a little while. As soon as I get off here with this video, we're going to get the house loaded up with as much wood as we can so that we may hunker down and ride out the storm. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. Remember, we are all in this together. I look forward to seeing the feedback in the comments to see what everybody thinks about this situation. And remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. So that's really, really important to tell the people that you care about how you feel. And remember STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself, okay? I will talk to you all tomorrow. I hope everybody's doing well. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.